Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about all things primary sources of liquidity, which is one of the topics in the corporate issuers section of the level 1 material. Let's get into it. Okay, so when we think about primary sources of liquidity, we're contrasting primary against secondary sources. So primary sources are those sources of cash that are readily available to the company, easy for them to access, and typically are quite low cost. So there are four main sources that come under the scope of primary sources of liquidity, and I've laid them out on the slide. So we start off with existing cash reserves. So this is cash that sits on the company's balance sheet, is really easy and readily available for them to access and can be used to fund, BAU cash needs of the business. So that's the first source. We've then got marketable securities. So that's any stocks, bonds, sort of liquid financial investments that the company holds that they can sell quickly and without realizing a material or significant loss in value. So what you don't want to do is, sell your stocks and bonds that are sitting on the balance sheet and then realize a 50% loss. That's not a primary source of liquidity. We're talking about, maybe a 5-10% loss in value as a result of the sale. So nothing material in terms of losses, but just sort of 5-10% here or there. So that is the first two sources. And then we've got borrowings. So borrowings are short-term finance from banks. So anything like overdrafts or loans from sort of existing lenders to the company would sort of be classified here. Suppliers, so any financing from the company's suppliers that can be arranged quickly. These borrowings can be used to sort of settle existing short-term obligations, but obviously if you're taking out a loan from a bank, you're going to create another obligation. So companies need to think about that. You can sort of settle and pay off your short-term needs using the loan, but then you're going to create another loan as well. And then finally, cash flow from operations. So this is the cash flow that the company generates through its core activities. So basically it's the profit that the company makes adjusted for depreciation and amortization and tax. And cash flow from operations is likely to be the primary source, the key source of liquidity for large established companies who are profitable, but not so much for early stage unprofitable companies. So if a company is sort of early stage, like a tech driven company, and isn't profitable, it will need to generate liquidity from other sources, so borrowings and sort of banks and suppliers. It can't use cash take cash from its profits because it's not generating any profits. And for that reason, analysts closely track companies' cash flow from operations to make sure that if it is profitable, that it can continue to meet its short-term obligations using its profits. And if it's not profitable, it's on track to one day become profitable, so it will generate cash flow, which can be used to meet its short-term obligations. So that's it. That's everything. That's primary sources of liquidity. I'll make a separate video where I run through the secondary sources, but hopefully that was helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next video.